Hey, good morning everyone. My name is Onepeg. In this video, we're going to talk about patch notes because the servers are down right now and we haven't got anything better to do. Today, SDF took to Discord to talk about a bunch of changes that were getting made. Druids are getting absolutely rocked in this patch, by the way. There was a bunch of fixes, most of which just look like quality of life things or bug changes. It wasn't anything crazy. But down toward the bottom is where we have all the balanced stuff. The bread and butter. Things that people really want to know. Fighter can now use perfect block and spell reflection while in defensive stance. Fighter's weapon mastery physical damage bonus penalty changed from 5 to 10. So now we're back to negative 10%. Another 5% shaved off of the Rondo PDR fighter. It probably still isn't enough to bother with people shying away from the Rondo dagger, but it should add another hit, maybe two, depending on the target. So it gives people a little bit more of an opportunity to counterplay. Warlock's Torture Mastery attribute bonus changed from 5 to 10%. So instead of needing 20 additional healing, well, 18 really-ish if you're doing the math, in order to be able to get an extra health tick, now you need around 8 to 9 points instead to be able to get an extra health tick on your curses. So this is kind of bringing Warlock back up to where it was before the round of nerfs that they took. Interesting change. Added an additional attack socket to the Druid's Bear Paw. This fix makes it more resistant to shields. Additional fixes are coming in the future. Druid's Bear Form attack speed bonus penalty changed from -20 to -30%. So now there's even more telegraphing being done by their Bear Paw attacks. Bear Form primary attack damage changed from 5 base and 1.25 strength to 15 base and 0.75 strength. Way less strength scaling, but way better for people that are running no or low gear. Bear Form's secondary attack changed from 0 base damage plus 2 times strength to 35 base damage times 0.75 strength. So again, making them stronger with low or no gear, but when it comes to gear scaling, they have significantly less benefit. Druid Panther Form primary attack from 0 plus 1.1x agi to 10 base damage plus 0.75 agi. Secondary attack damage changed from 0 plus 1.3x to 13 base plus 0.75. And then they do the same for Chicken, 0 base damage plus 1.5x resilience to 10 base damage plus 0.75x resilience. Granted, even though Druid retains all of its mobility, when I say that they're cooked, though, this is what I mean. In early game, all right, Squire gear, you have 22 potential strength in Squire gear whites and 15 in agility in Squire gear for Panther. 24% and a 20% left click and right click improvement, -4% but plus 18% for the Bear Form. But if you go up to high gear, 50 strength and 40 agility is -10 and -17. So you're shaving off 4 and 5 points on this side. In the case of Bear, you're looking at going from 68 and 100 to 53 and 73, -22 and -27. Damage numbers on the scaling end of it, when you're talking high end, end up being significantly less. And that's really the point here. And like, let's be honest. If you're a Druid, like, I don't know if this is like the answer, or if this is right, or if it's like too much, too little, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, if you're a Druid, like, y'all knew some shit was coming. You can't say you didn't. Y'all knew it was on the way. All recurve bow equip times changed from 1 second to 2 seconds. All longbows changed from 1 to 2 seconds. All crossbows changed from 1 to 2 seconds. Windless crossbow equip time changed from 1 second to 3 seconds. So these are huge. And the reason why this is huge is because now it takes longer to swap a windless or a crossbow into the hands of people that can wield them than it would be to just reload it. In 1 second, you could hot swap a windless, like 2, 3, 4 windlasses in somebody's inventory, and then just continue trying to op fire at somebody with just that 1 second of swap time. And if you had interaction speed, it got even faster. Or sorry, action speed. This is a big W of a change. Personally, people that are hot swapping windlasses can go cry in a puddle. I really don't care. Centaur Madness Armor Pen changed from 10 to 15%. Northern Full Tunic's movement speed penalty changed from -16 to -14, so a small buff to Barbarians. Grand Brigandine movement speed penalty changed from -13 to -12. Really doesn't really matter. Added an effect that more prominently displays the player's location on the dungeon map. Monsters that die in the arena will not respawn in subsequent rounds. So now we have this big arena change. And this is something that SDF had alluded to in the Q&As, where he was talking about modifying the arena for this next test, saying that he would have monsters just stay dead in between rounds. All teaming in high roller dungeons is now a bannable offense. Friendly encounters are prohibited due to the competitive nature of the game mode, and only evidence recorded after hotfix 67 is valid. So this is a massive, massive change to the narrative that we've been told up until this point. I don't know if I agree with this one. Rather than being social in high roller, you can agree not to attack each other. But if at any point two people decide that they don't like the third guy that ends up being hyper aggro or whatever, and then, you know, assuming that all things are on the up and up and they voice comm to each other inside of the dungeon and they were being cool and like trying to work together on stuff, you can't team with anyone anymore. Basically, you just have to agree not to attack each other and go in separate directions. But if you team up, if two people, like in a solo lobby, decide that they're going to kill a third guy, or I guess even in the sense of like PvEing, you end up working together even on PvE and just stand next to each other and kill mobs. Apparently, that is now a bannable offense after this patch goes live. That's wild. AP points earned for opening chests, AP points earned for killing monsters, increase the amount of AP points earned for looted items and especially treasure. The AP earned for looted items and treasure appear as the item achieve score. So they're going to make AP easier. In this, it looks like they're saying that they're bringing back AP. They're going to give people AP for opening normal chests, killing normal monsters, and then they're going to give people some AP back on looted treasure items. I don't know how much more, but again, you know, we'll have to update our AP farming guide so that it can better reflect what the AP system looks like right now. Well, that's the patch notes. Thank you guys so much for coming and checking it out. My name again is Onepeg. If you enjoy the content here, if you'd like to see more of me, please consider hitting the sub button. That really, really does matter. Otherwise, you can always check me live over at twitch.tv/Onepeg, where I'm live every day around 6 to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Most days, we're running a little late today. And if neither of those work for you, I suppose I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for lending me your eyeballs, everyone. We'll see you real soon, okay? Peace.